What's good, y'all? Buckle up, coming through on a quick drive. So we're gonna talk about this pay-per-view versus free TV real quick, right? And before we get started I'm gonna say this: Bill Haney do not specialize in getting no motherfucking pay-per-view numbers, and BFTB don't either. He talking about why he said he asked us on his live yesterday where he got the red hat on the red shirt. He gonna ask us on that live, why would he lie and say somebody did 500K pay-per-view buys and Bill or Dazin say something different later down the line? Well, why would you come out with a number that Bill haven't heard himself anyway? Why would you do that anyway? We would automatically know you lying right there anyway. Just like you lying about being close to the fact of knowing what the numbers is, period, anyway, when you don't. And then another thing, Jake Paul is not no motherfucking professional fighter in any weight division in the sport of boxing. Jake Paul is an exhibition event person. Jake Paul fight football players, basketball players, movie stars, all that kind of shit. He do exhibition events. Jake Paul don't fight in no division in the sport of boxing, continuously having fight after fight against boxers in the sport of boxing. Jake Paul don't count in boxing pay-per-view numbers. Now, pay-per-view versus free TV. Let me explain this, especially to so many of the casuals that don't understand all the pay-per-view TV talk. First and foremost, BFTB has no access at all to no motherfucking pay-per-view numbers. He has no access at all to no motherfucking pay-per-view numbers. All right. Rick Glazier and Dan Raphael been had pay-per-view numbers access over the last 20 motherfucking years. They had Rick Glazier and Dan Raphael had pay-per-view access over the last 20 years before YouTube even gave BFTB a voice. Yeah, before YouTube decided to give a nobody a chance to talk. YouTube gave you a chance to talk, and 4 years later, you have become so delusional that you think you got pay-per-view access. Yeah. 4 years later, you think you got pay-per-view access. Whatever y'all do not ever believe that this dude has any kind of access to pay-per-view numbers just because he went to dinner with Bill Haney. Now, check this out, y'all. Anything under 500K pay-per-view buys or better, I've been saying this for years. Anything under 500K pay-per-view buys or better wasn't even worth being on pay-per-view anyway. BFTB never sat in no room with nobody that told Bill shit, claiming he had the information but didn't put it out. Devin did not do 400K pay-per-view buys unless Rick Glazier or Dan Raphael tell you that they did. And even if Devin did 400K pay-per-view buys with Ryan, they might as well have that fight on free TV. Nothing is wrong with fighting on free TV, y'all. With all the masses of people that get to watch you fight on free TV. That's a great thing to fight on free TV. When fighters get a big fight on free TV, they still get a nice upfront check. And everybody who looks to profit, they all make out off the venue by itself. Boxing did free TV boxing for years and years before they even came up with pay-per-view. I mean, pay-per-view is not needed, y'all. Pay-per-view just brings in extra money that can be made because the fans won't mind paying for the event. But if they have an event that they make a free event, it still make out off the venue. And it also makes revenue off the fact how many people tuned in to the fight. Fights don't have to be on pay-per-view, and you doing 200 and 300 pay-per-view buys or 400K pay-per-view buys don't make you no major pay-per-view star. And then all of a sudden now, BFTB, you want to speak on the return. You all of a sudden now want to speak on the return and investment. Oh, you now know about return and investment. Now you know about return and investment. Return and investment. So then you know that DAZN was definitely going to get a return on their investment after giving Wilder 120 mil. After giving Wilder 120 mil, had he took that 3-fight deal. You know that DAZN was definitely going to get a return on their investment after giving Wilder 120 mil had he took that 3-fight deal. Who in their right mind would know that Joshua versus Wilder would be the fight to not only cover the return in the investment, but that would be the profit money off that $120 million investment, goofy. But you want to keep lying to this day saying DAZN wasn't going to put AJ on a 3-fight deal. But you talking return on investment. You talking return on investment. And another thing, and Frank Martin was never no top shit. He never was no top shit. Frank Martin never even been an interim or regular champion. At least Barrios had some kind of belt at 140. Frank Martin never had shit, and still ain't shit. So shut the fuck up about Frank Martin until Frank Martin prove himself. I mean, and whether you fighting pay-per-view or whether you fighting free TV, it don't matter. Far as I'm concerned, fighting on free TV is better because more of the masses of people get to watch you on free TV throughout your career, and you still gonna get paid, and everybody's still gonna eat. Pay-per-view is just extra. See y'all on the Get Back.